Irate Gamer is now on Patreon. Get early access to all things Irate Gamer weeks before they're released on YouTube. So click on the link in the description for exclusive content only on Patreon. What's that sound? Good God, it's a Raisin invasion! The California Raisins video game? Wait a minute, this game was never officially released, but I remember it being advertised everywhere when I was a kid. So what the hell happened? In 1986, kids of the 80s were hit with a pop culture phenomenon when singing claymation Raisins appeared in a Raisin TV commercial to promote their raisins. And it wasn't long before they began appearing in other places like additional commercials, Christmas specials, a Saturday morning cartoon show. They also created a toy line around these guys of PVC figures, and these guys were everywhere when I was a kid, because they did promotional tie-ins with companies like Hardee's and KFC. They were even big enough to be spoofed by Mad Magazine. And what was great about them is that they spoofed every single great musical act of the day, like Michael Jackson. Their fame eventually landed them in a video game development deal with Capcom. And unfortunately, despite all their hard work, this title never saw the light of day. And why this game was never released turns out to be one of the most baffling cases to date. Because this game was all ready to go. It was given package art, label art, they took out magazine ads, it was reviewed in all the top video game magazines at the time, like Nintendo Power, Game Players, and GamePro, and it even appeared for sale in the Sears catalog that year. And can you imagine all the kids out there that were big California Raisins fans that wanted this game under their Christmas tree that Christmas, and it just never came? What the fuck, Capcom? Now, their official statement was that the game was pulled because the popularity of California Raisins had crashed by the time of the game's release in 1991. But why totally abandon a game that was all ready to go? Isn't making money off a finished product the ultimate goal here? Leaving it unreleased makes no sense. Well, thankfully, a prototype of this game turned up in 2003, and we can finally see what this game is all about. So let's check it out in style. Turn this one on, and oh yeah, there's that classic song from the commercials, given that 8-bit treatment. And we even get a parody of Michael Jackson's Moonwalk 2? Double bonus! Wait a minute, they didn't get my permission to use the moonwalk? Michael Jackson? In fact, I copyrighted that dance when I made my own game, Moonwalker, for the Sega in '88. Alright, yes, that is your moonwalk, but I think it's a parody. It's karma, that's what it is. That's why the game wasn't released. Because you can't replace Moonwalker. Oh yeah, smoke. So is that a yes, or... God, it's been years since I've tried to decipher Michaelese. Anyway, in the game's intro, the Raisin Conclave here tells us that the California Raisins have been kidnapped, and it's up to you to find them. But who would dare kidnap the California Raisins? Well, we're told it was by the dreaded Wild Bunch. But of course, we aren't shown who these guys are. But I have a sneaking suspicion on who they might be. Because all throughout the game, you fight things like grapes, apples, or whatever the hell this thing is. So this Wild Bunch here has to be none other than the shady Fruit of the Loom mascots. Ah, those limey bastards.
Think of us first. To last.
I never did like how they randomly appeared in people's houses just to tell them how awesome their underwear is.
With our heaviest pre-shrunk cotton fabric.
And since they do harness such magical powers, it is a good possibility that they are the ones behind all this. Well, hopefully we'll find out soon, because the selection screen here gives us a Mega Man type layout where we can choose any 4 levels that can be accessed first. So how's the gameplay in this one? Well, in the factory level, I quickly realized this isn't a game you can just pick up and play. It's way too difficult for that. Because when shit hits a fan, my god, it's a nuclear juicy fart that ricochets off every object standing in its path. Ah, gross! Good lord, could they have at least cut back on the amount of enemies coming at you in this game? It's overkill in every sense of the word. Ugh. Ah. Ah. Oh, not again! The second level here is just as bad because now, one of the very first things you have to do in this level is jump across and successfully grapple onto 50 vines in a fucking row. And this is almost impossible because the controls in this game are a little bit wonky. Oh, come on, I jumped! I don't understand why they couldn't have saved this part of the game for the end of the level, where it would really ramp up the difficulty level. Ah, you wrinkled, withered bag of ass! But if you want to start on the easiest level first, we'll head on over to the Grapevine level, because you'll find it pretty simple to navigate underground around all these routes. And the second half of this level brings you topside as you scramble away from the hailstorm of pee raining down on you? Well, green pee that is. But then again, what the hell's the difference? Because being splashed in the face with actual urine will give you the same outcome, a pissed off irate gamer. Ah! Oh damn it, now I have to start all the way back at the beginning and hope I can just moonwalk my happy ass back to where I just was. Did someone say moonwalk? Oh dear God, I just said moonwalk. Oh, not again. Well, if you're gonna moonwalk, just get moonwalk for the Sega. Oh, shut more, play my game, shut more, play my game. Woo! As I was saying, managed to survive this aerial pea assault, which you're only given the size of a pea hole to even escape from, and you'll finally face off against the Grapevine level boss, which is a giant foot. A foot. What the fuck is that? A foot? Oh, wait. I guess maybe because grapes are afraid of being stepped on by feet and smashed to death? Okay, now that makes sense, but good God. I really had to connect the dots here to get to this point. Well, to be fair, it is driven by a P, so I guess it's more accurate to say a foot car. Let's just defeat this thing, grab my prize, and then moonwalk, just dance my way to victory. Crisis averted. Now, if you want to defeat the rest of this game, then get ready to remember every enemy placement in these levels, because this game gets unnecessarily hard at every turn. And this is baffling, since I thought this is supposed to be a kid's game. What kid is really going to survive a barrage of 20 fucking enemies barreling down on them? Like, really, Capcom? What the hell is this? Especially in these tunnels where there's no room to properly jump out of the way. Piece of shit. This is unfortunate though, since reaching areas like this Chief Raisin statue is pretty cool. But then again, after being swallowed up, you then find yourself in an area that contains more hidden walls than a fucking Scooby-Doo mansion. I mean, 1 or 2 fake walls I understand, but 50? Placed one after the other? Fucking jinkies! Now after you defeat all 4 level bosses, you then get to collect a golden musical note, which will allow you to access the final level. And you're transported to a cloud level? And I'm not even sure you can even call this a level since it's so short. But even more surprising than this short level is coming to the big bad of this game, which is just a bunch of grapes. This is not really the big battle between the wild bunch I was hoping for. Then once killing off this boss, the game just ends. And oh man, is that a typo too? Oh god, oh, false alarm. It says congratulations. I get it. God, at first glance I thought it said congratulations again. I've played so many bad games over the years, I swear I'm getting PTSD over all this. So after viewing this ending, all I can say is what the hell, Capcom? Because in the game's intro, it made it sound like this game was set up in a way where I had to grab all 4 golden notes from the bad guys that would then unlock a hidden 5th level that would be the Sky High Records studio stage, where you defeat the bad guy and save the raisins. not end up in a cloud level to kill off some grapes. So who are all these Wild Bunch characters anyway? A Chiquita banana, a corn guy, some grapes, a barrel, and a giant foot? I just hope that the reason for this is that this game is just an early prototype. Because really, how does this cloud level pass your fucking record studio? And another problem, how does this game only have 4 levels in it? Other Capcom games released at the time, like Rescue Rangers, had 11 levels. Darkwing Duck had 7, and DuckTales had 5. So how does this game only give us 4? Well, in hindsight, maybe we did dodge a bullet with this game being left unreleased. Because, and I hate to say it, that would make the game Moonwalker a better deal overall to purchase.
Oh yeah, that's what I like to hear. Let's play some Moonwalker! Shut boy! Moonwalker! Moonwalker! Play my game!
I already regret saying that.